In this video, I'm going to go over some of the basic concepts of mind so you really understand how mind operates and how it affects your reality. It'll be very, very clear in just a few minutes, okay? Every single one of us, underneath the surface, has a series of subconscious self-beliefs. Now, how did these self-beliefs get here? This is a great story. They get there before you're 3 years old, okay? And psychiatrists believe that 95% of your subconscious self-beliefs are formed before your 3rd birthday. So before your 3rd birthday, you've made millions of decisions about yourself. Your success, your failure, your happiness, your optimism, your pessimism. Do you like animals? Do you hate animals? Are you afraid of them? When you walk into a room, do people come to you and want to talk to you? Or when you walk in a room, do you feel like people ignore you and don't want to talk to you? All of these self-beliefs have been formed. These are your subconscious self-beliefs. Now, these subconscious self-beliefs are under the surface. They are subconscious. They're under the surface. So by the time you're 3, they're all formed. As an adult, you have absolutely no recollection of how these beliefs were formed. Yet, even though you don't remember them and you're completely unaware that they exist, they are exerting absolute control over every aspect of your life. So 3 years old is an interesting cutoff point. And I think it's an interesting point in your life because at 3 years old, you can start to verbally communicate. Most children, some a little faster, some a little slower, but you can verbally communicate. You can start to say what you want, and it just becomes easier to deal with a child once they hit 3 because they can make themselves understood. Not always easier to deal with them, but in most cases it's easier because they can say what it is they want. They can express themselves. Also at 3 years old, you begin to control your bodily functions. You're wearing a diaper, and then all of a sudden now you can control your bodily functions. So this is a really interesting age in development. There's another really interesting age, and that's 7 years old. Now at 7, I use the age of 7 because there's a famous quote from Aristotle, and it says, "Give me the boy until age 7, and I will return to you the man." And what he meant was that our character, who we are as a person, is fully formed by the age of 7. So let me draw this circle. This is who you are, okay? So in addition to your subconscious underneath the surface, in addition to your subconscious self-beliefs, you also have behaviors, you have social skills, you have personality traits, you have character traits, you have values, and you have principles, okay? And these are, for the most part, developed early in life, and by age 7, certainly we can change these things after age 7, but by age 7, you are a fully formed person. Now, why do you have these behaviors and these social skills and this personality and these character traits and these values and principles? They're not just random. They didn't just show up by accident. All of these things come from your subconscious self-beliefs. Let me give you a few examples, okay? Suppose a 2-year-old child is fortunate enough to have put into their subconscious mind and have it as a firm subconscious belief that they are successful, okay? They don't even know what success means, but they just have a mindset, a subconscious self-belief of success. What happens? As they grow up, they develop behaviors, social skills, a personality, character, values, and principles of a successful person. All of these things are developed to protect and defend the subconscious self-belief. So if you have a belief of success, you will develop successful behaviors, social skills, etc. And this will ensure your success. Your behaviors ensure that your subconscious self-beliefs are always fulfilled. Conversely, let's say at 2 years old, you get the idea that you're a failure, that you're worthless, that you're ugly, not pretty, whatever it might be, a negative self-belief. What happens is throughout childhood, you develop behaviors, social skills, personality, values, principles, character traits that ensure that you are unappreciated, not worthy, failure. You ensure this. Your behaviors ensure that your negative self-beliefs are always fulfilled. Or your behaviors ensure that your positive self-beliefs are always fulfilled. Let me give you another example. Imagine a 2-year-old girl. She's got a big dog. My grandson, he's got a 90-pound dog. It's big. When that dog wags his tail, it can knock over the furniture. Yeah, be careful in our house. He knocks everything over with his tail. So the dog is with the girl. Everything's quiet. He's lying down. All of a sudden, he sees a squirrel in the window. And he starts freaking out. And his tail goes woof, woof, woof. And his tail hits the girl in the side of the face. That's probably happened to her 100 times because she's a little girl. He's a big dog, right? It hits the girl on the side of the face and she starts crying and she starts rubbing it. And the mom says, honey, what happened? Well, the girl's 2 years old. She can't communicate. She says, doggy. And she's rubbing her face and she's crying and she's very upset, screaming, honey, you're okay. No, doggy. She thinks there's something wrong with the side of her face. Well, the mom takes her to the sink, washes it off with a towel, washes her face, say, go back and play. You're a beautiful little girl. Well, 2 hours later, she's still rubbing it. By the next day, she completely forgot about it. She has no recollection of the incident. Now, fast forward 20 or 30 years. And every time that girl takes a picture, she turns like this. She doesn't know she's doing it. It's just a behavior that she has developed to protect and defend the mark on the left side of her face. There is no mark on the left side of her face, but subconsciously she believes that there is. And so all of the pictures she turns like this, she has no idea that she even does it. And one day her friend tells her, why do you keep turning to the right every time I take a picture? I don't do that. I don't turn to the right. Yeah, you do. And she swipes through all the pictures and 100 times. She turns and she goes, wow, I guess I do. I have no idea why I do that. And she has no idea why she does that. In fact, every time she's about to take a picture with a friend, she goes, let's switch sides. And they switch sides to protect and defend the imaginary, subconscious self-belief that there's something wrong with the left side of her face, even though there is nothing wrong with the left side of her face. We develop behaviors and social skills and character traits and principles to protect and defend our subconscious self-beliefs. But here's the most amazing thing, okay? Your results, your experiences, your circumstances are all created by you. You create these results through all of these behaviors and character traits and principles. You create the results in your life. This is your reality. You create your own reality. You may not want to be a failure, but you behave like a failure. You don't want to behave like a failure, but you have to behave like a failure because you subconsciously, you have a self-belief that you're a failure. You don't even know why you're successful. Somebody says, what's the secret to your success? I just work hard. Well, millions of people work hard and they're not successful. You're successful because you have a subconscious self-belief in success and you've developed a whole series of skills that guarantee your success. Your reality is entirely dependent on your subconscious self-beliefs. You can work with people all day long, say, we're going to give you new behaviors. We're going to give you new social skills. It doesn't matter. You can't change yourself from here. Because if you change yourself from here, it won't last because your subconscious self-beliefs will draw you right back in. And your subconscious self-beliefs literally draw reality right to it. Reality, it's like gravity. These things are like giant boulders and they suck in reality. And your reality, the reality that you experience, is always in line with your subconscious self-beliefs. Now, you've heard the law of attraction, right? The law of attraction says if you want new circumstances, just imagine new circumstances. Imagine a new car. Imagine happier relationships. Imagine all of these new things that you want, and they will manifest in your life. And sometimes this law of attraction works. Do you know why it works sometimes? Because you don't have any competing negative self-beliefs. If you want something over here, let's say you want more money, all right? I'm going to just say something. We live in a universe of infinite abundance. You know that if you've ever heard of the law of attraction. We live in infinite abundance. Why don't you have infinite abundance? Because you can think about more money all you want. You can think about attracting it and manifesting it all you want. If you have a subconscious self-belief that says, no, actually that's not true. What is true for you is that you live in limitation and lack. And I'll show it to you. I'll prove it to you. And your subconscious mind draws limitation and lack to it all the time. You can think about this all you want. It will never happen if it conflicts with your subconscious self-belief. So the only way to create a new future, and I'll draw that in a nice green color instead of blue, is to have new subconscious self-beliefs. So the only way to make lasting change is to focus on your subconscious self-beliefs and replace them with new subconscious self-beliefs, better subconscious self-beliefs. And this is important. You can form your beliefs as an adult. You're no longer a prisoner of the self-beliefs you formed when you were wearing a diaper. These are infantile self-beliefs. They're based on fears and experiences that you don't even remember. But yet they happen to you, and so you've been carrying these around for decades. Decades, but you are no longer a prisoner. The cycle of mind system is like a bridge. It allows you to put a window on your subconscious mind, and in this window, you'll start to see what negative self-beliefs that you're holding. Once you see them in the light of day, they're easy to change. But as they're subconscious, if they're under the surface, you can't change them because you don't know you have them. They're just drawing you down, sabotaging you, drawing you down over and over again for decades throughout your life. The only way to make lasting change is to go into this subconscious mind and replace your subconscious self-beliefs with new beliefs of your choosing. And the cycle of mind is a repeatable thought management system. It's a very structured way to think. If you think these things in the morning exercise and the evening exercise, and the way the cycle of mind is designed, it's a series of stepping stones. If you keep your mind on these stepping stones, you will begin to notice these subconscious self-beliefs rising from subconscious to your conscious awareness. Once they're here, you can change them, right? You can change, I don't want that belief anymore. I want this belief, now I'm aware of it. If you're not aware of the subconscious self-belief, if it remains subconscious, you can't fix it. The only way to fix your belief is to rise it up so you become consciously aware. That's what the cycle of mind, morning exercise and evening exercise do. Keep your mind on these stepping stones, and you will slowly transform yourself from an old series of self-beliefs to a new series of self-beliefs that you formed as an adult, not as an infant. You can now have adult self-beliefs that are more in line with the things that you want. So and this is important, in the cycle of mind, it's not like the law of attraction. We don't do that. In the cycle of mind, we don't think about the things we want. We think about the person we want to become. We think about our character, our values, our principles, our behaviors, our social skills, our personality. We change ourselves from within. We don't ask for new circumstances and experiences. We change ourselves, and then automatically new circumstances and experiences are drawn to us. The law of attraction isn't picking something that you want and manifesting it. The law of attraction is finding the person you want to be, then becoming this new person and experiencing the new future. That's how the cycle of mind system works. If you've been watching this video all the way to this point, come and join our community. There's a 3-day challenge. Take the 3-day challenge. You'll begin to see exactly how the cycle of mind is like a window. You'll see how this works, and you'll start to be able to change self-beliefs. Now, in the beginning, in the first 3 days, you'll see tiny little negative self-beliefs, the easy ones. As you do it more for weeks and months and years, you'll start to dig deeper and deeper into the subconscious mind, and you'll start to unearth bigger and bigger negative self-beliefs. And it doesn't matter whether they're little or gigantic. Once you can see them, you can work on them and fix them. So I'll see you in the membership community, and I really do want to hear, if you do this work, I want to hear how it worked for you, and I want to see what future you're imagining for yourself and how that future is manifesting, not by thinking about it, but by doing the work of self-transformation. Okay? I'll see you in the membership area.